Welcome to Couch Convo with Coach Karla. I am your host, Coach Karla. This is where we give you life tips, tools, and solutions to help make life better for you. Thank you for joining us on tonight. Of course, as you can see, I have a very special guest with me, Miss Tyrese Cartwright. Welcome,
Yes.
Tyrese.
Hi, thank you so much, Karla, for having me. I'm so excited to be here today.
Thank you. So as you can see, she's got some very exciting friends with her. She has a program called Dax's Adventures. Now, Tyrese grew up in Brownsville, Tennessee. She is an early intervention occupational therapist, and now she is the CEO of Children Therapy Specialists, which she started in 2017. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you've got here.
Okay, so my background, so again, my name is Tyrese Cartwright, and I am an early intervention occupational therapist. And basically what that is, I work with children that has multiple disabilities in order for them to reach their developmental milestones.
Okay.
So that's kind of how everything kind of got started with Children Therapy Specialists. So today we will be discussing Dax's Adventures.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Now, what inspired you to do Dax's Adventures?
So basically, with my background in early intervention occupational therapy and working with that birth to 5 population in Memphis, Olive Branch, South Haven, kind of all over the Mid-South, I saw it was a need to bridge that gap of early learning, literacy, especially during the pandemic. A lot of my little babies were not getting, I felt like, adequate service, or families really didn't know. You know, we all were panicking.
Right.
Everybody was panicking, so we really didn't know, and some of our babies kind of got lost in that craziness. So it caused me to say, hey, let me utilize the skills that I already have. Let me think about all of my life experiences and all of my families and say, let's come up with something that can translate to working on those skills and to build families to connect a little bit more.
Okay.
So Dax's Adventures were born from that. Okay. And that's what we have today, Dax. I learned early learning workbook, and of course, the very first pilot was the children's book. Was the very first start, yes.
Okay, all right, so you've got a pilot book.
Yes, I have the book, Dax's Adventures, the book, Improving Language and Connection Skills. It's also by a wonderful illustrator, Brittany. This is a local Black-owned publishing company called Liberations Publishing. Okay. That I worked with through publishing the very first book. So this is a 4-chapter book of Dax's Adventures. And with Dax's Adventures, at the end of each chapter, what I did, I wanted to do suggested goals, suggested activities, even a little note section to kind of help families who don't know really what to do or where to start from. Let me just help you, give you this information so you'll always have it. Also, the illustrator and I, Brittany, we wanted to make the pages, the illustrations, as vibrant as we can. I like to call them Easter eggs that I put throughout the illustrations. So for your little ones who can't read, you can just take a look at the pictures. How many butterflies do you see? Can you find me a red egg? Or can you find the letter D on Dax's backpack? So it still can be a conversation for the little one to have. And then too, parents will also see if their child can understand that sentence, if they can follow through with that sentence, even if they're going to track to look on the pages to see if they even know what you're asking them.
Okay, I got you.
So that kind of started the book, is how we got started with the book. So yes, so I enjoy reading to the little ones. I enjoy talking about Dax's Adventures. It's just, you know, it's a passion of mine to help children. So this is where we started from with Dax's Adventures.
And this is all for ages, which ages?
The book could start from ages, I always say birth to 12 years old. For the book, is where we can always start from all developing children, typical, non-typical developing children. It's a children's book, so it's fun, it's lighthearted. Dax goes on multiple adventures, meeting new friends, learning how to interact with one another. I mean, it's just overall a fun little Dax's Adventures. I mean, we all go on adventures. So, so why not have a little book that can go as well with your little one?
Okay. And so then you've also got this guide. Is this a guide for the...
So, so not necessarily a guide, but what I like to call it, this is our Dax's Adventure in Learning. So Dax's Learning Adventure.
Okay.
And this is perfect for ages 4 through 6 years old. I mean, it has been endorsed by educators and parents.
Yeah.
And also with this project, I wanted to make sure that we are in line with the Common Core Standard goals that we look for in education. Since this is perfect for ages 4 to 6, this is more so of pre-K, kindergarten math, kindergarten literacy. So what we did, we have, of course, still that same Dax's Adventure theme, but we have starting from the areas of development. And with my background being in occupational therapy, I work with those fine motor skills. I work with those cognition skills. So we started with areas of development. So first they need to know how to hold a pencil and can trace. So that way the next phase will go into now tracing your alphabet, writing your alphabet, being able to color your alphabet. And also what I also did like a little explanation of all of the Common Core goals, along with an inspirational quote from Dax at the end of, at the beginning of each chapter. So this is our workbook that looks at alphabet. It goes through now, and I want to make sure that our audience can see. It goes through the numbers, 1 through 20. We also have just a creative corner where the child can become creative, even with their parent, and will be able to color how they want to. Then, of course, we go into the shapes. And then we also have a social emotional section that sometimes we really don't get in the school system. So I also wanted to make sure that we touch that social emotional learning side of education. And then, of course, at the end, to also help, just like how I did in the book, I also did sample lesson plans, sample goals for families, sample goals for teachers, so where you can just have the book and can now get your skills needed for your little one for ages 4 through 6 years old.
And
so yes.
So it even looks like a good guide for parents who are working with their pre-K kids?
Yes, pre-K kids, yes. During the summertime, like now, I always, my children are not going to like that I'm going to say this, but I always give them activities to do during the summertime. I mean, we still read, we still do math. They do not like it at all, but I still want their skills to stay up. So this is something where I feel like whatever grade they're in, they get that workbook, and then they get the workbook for the year ahead, just so they can kind of prepare. So to answer your question, yes, this is going to be for 3 years old, 4 years old. It's still exposing them. You can still, even before they start picking up a pencil to trace the letter A, you can still just talk about, what is this? What color is this? What can you do with this? So you can still utilize it as a tool to help your little one. But yes, but you're absolutely right as far as for the age group that will be able to utilize the workbook and along with the book. So yes.
This is really nice. It's durable. And it has the spiral binding. So parents can understand that it's not, it's not flimsy, so you'll be able to, use it time and time again.
Yes, most definitely will be able to. These are the earlier ones. The updated ones have that perforated edge, so that way that'll be easier if you wanted to take it with you, because with the early learning workbook, it also can come in a readiness backpack.
We want the backpack.
So the Dax's Adventures readiness backpack. You can also utilize that, put the book in the bag, and also I'm a giver, and I always feel like you need supplemental items to help your little one to retain that information. So I wanted to also include scissors that comes in the early learning backpack. you're going to have, of course, I love stickers. This is my occupational therapy side again, working on those fine motor skills.
Okay.
So various stickers with the characters that are also on the inside of the book, of the Readiness Backpack. Then I also get manipulation tools. So when you are working on your numbers, they can pull off, okay, 2, show me 2 cubes. So it's a way to also follow through with that cognition to know if your little one understands that concept. Yes. So
Awesome.
they get, I think 20 comes in those, in your manipulation cube. And then also you're gonna get crayons to make sure that you have what you need. And then of course you're gonna always get pencils, because you're going to need that as well. And then also you are going to get a Dax's Adventure water bottle as well with the characters. So to do a one-stop shop, you get a whole readiness kit with all of these items where you can get in the car and here you go, baby. This is what you can do in the car and utilize and drink your water and stay hydrated, because you have your readiness kit for Dax.
That's
everywhere
perfect.
You go. So traveling everywhere, one-stop shop, put it in the backpack, let's go. So versus, I mean, technology is here and it's not going anywhere and it's increasing, but it can still be a outlet versus let's just put the phone down for an hour and let's work on this. So,
absolutely. And I'm glad you said that, because I was having a conversation with my parents and I was like, I'm not really sure where some things went, but I know that when I came along, we had Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers, and we were learning alphabet, numbers, and I don't hear kids mention those programs anymore, even though like Sesame Street still does new episodes.
They do. Yes.
So
yes.
I think that the competition for that has been the cell phone and the tablet, and so I'm not sure if kids are getting that same exposure to alphabets and numbers and any of the pre-K or elementary skills that we were exposed to via TV.
Yes, via TV, YouTube. I would say it always goes back to, for me, yes, that technology side, but now we have Gracie's Corner and Miss Rachel, these activities that you can look for on YouTube that a lot of children are going to and a lot of parents are, pulling up. So eventually, yes, these things will go, but what I'm trying to make sure for Dax's Adventure is the Barney, the Mickey Mouse Club, that age range, because we all gonna have someone that loves a little plush dragon and going to be able to relate to Dax. So eventually, yes, I want to make sure, even with the YouTube, that we are doing a lot of more interactive story times via our YouTube channel, so that way they can experience what we do when we do our in-person interactive story times.
Okay, so now when tell us about so you do interactive story times within schools or wherever you might be invited to go. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that then.
So basically with CTS, so CTS is my therapy company, Children Therapy Specialist, where we work with children birth to 5 years old for occupational therapy. So that causes me to meet daycare, early learning center directors, preschools, Porter Lee Foundation, those buildings. So I am a person that loves children.
Yes.
So when I go into these classrooms, I just fall in love with the little ones and the faces and the giggling and all of these things. So, and I know a lot of teachers are overworked and are tired and just sometimes need a break. So when I did have my personal little special friend that I would work with, I started pulling out my book, and now we're reading, and now I look up and I have 3 or 4 little children around me that are engaged in my session or my story, which is always fun. So it turned into, how can we make this interactive? How can now I do the entire classroom? So I get invited to, like I said, various early learning centers, pre-K programs, different conferences with early childhood education, just to work and say, this is what we have. This is fun. The children love it. I just love seeing them when we're doing our letters because we're making sounds. I'm asking questions. You know, I'm letting them sometimes lead the session so that way we can get on those skills that I know that they need to learn. We also do this international. So we've had a place in St. Lucia, that a school we went to, that we were there for the day and we read, we did interactive story time.
Yeah.
They got a chance to enjoy plush DAX. It was an overall great experience. So we've gotten asked to come back and do that. And we are going to also expand to some other international countries as well.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
That's exciting.
It is. It really, really is. It's fun. I like it. I mean, just to know that I am seeing those smiles on those faces, being able to participate and just share learning with little ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, they're like little sponges. So they soak up all of this information all the time. And I just want to make sure that Dax's Adventures is always in their mind of, oh, Dax's Adventures, or you remember Miss T? They always call me Miss T.
Miss T.
Do you remember Miss T that came to see me, and you know all of these things that we do in the classroom to work on those developmental skills.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you're making learning fun. And this little guy is super cute. Now, I like plush animals, so I may take him home with me.
Yes.
But how did you, are you the person who designed him?
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So
That's amazing.
Yes, I like my plush DAX. My children like my plush DAX. When the book came out, I said, you know what? We need a companion to help follow through, retain those skills that we have, that we're teaching in Dax's Adventures. So the publishing company and we talked really closely about how can I make Dax an actual plushie. You know, we're really big, my daughter is really big on squishmallows, marshmallows.
I think it's
squishmallows.
yeah.
Yes, squishmallows. So I wanted to have something that was going to be fun and interactive. And one special thing about our little Dax is because he has a hoodie and a backpack that comes along with him.
Aww.
So inside of his backpack, all of the adventures that he goes through in the book, we also have interactive items. So we have the Ruby from one of the chapters. Of course, just like we have a water bottle, Dax has a water bottle. We always have to stay hydrated. I mean, he has the rope because he needs to get through a couple of obstacles. I'm not going to, spoil the story. And then, of course, one of the chapters, we also have a basketball. So Dax has all of these interactive plush items that can follow along with the book. And then, too, it's a companion. He's fun. I mean, who doesn't want a squishy?
And he has little dragon wings and everything.
Yes, and his hoodie. Yes. Yes. Dax plush is great. Normally, when I do take him with me, I have to always, okay, now it's your turn. Okay, let's plush Dax need to go to another special friend.
Yeah.
You can't hold him, but their little imaginations just open up with what they can do with Dax. One little special friend had Dax trying to jump the rope. So just the imagination that comes along with it, or, oh, he's a dragon, his throat might be hot. Let us drink some water. So all of these things that we do that goes along with the entire aspect of early learning and just letting your child play just to see what they will do.
Okay. And this is also Dax on the poster board behind us. So.
Yes.
And how did you get the inspiration for Dax?
So the inspiration came from multiple things. I have a son that was, when he was younger, he was very shy and very to himself. And I felt like he really didn't know how to connect. So I wanted a little bit of that personality of my son into Dax. I am a big Game of Thrones.
Really? Okay.
Person. I love sci-fi and dragons.
Okay.
And of course, the red dragon from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
That was my favorite,
Okay.
which is why he's red.
Okay.
My daughter was into this backpack and hoodie phase. Oh my goodness. I sometimes didn't even know what my daughter would have on going to school. So I wanted to throw that aspect of the hoodie on there with the backpack. And then too, I just wanted to make it fun. So when you are talking, dragons have to, spew out fire. But I wanted to make sure that even when children they'll know, oh, okay, let's just make it fun and roar like a dragon. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So multiple things or multiple thinking came into the idea of actually having Dax as the final plushie.
He has little claws and everything. There's so much detail into Dax.
Yes. The prototype. Was not the prototype. I mean, this is the final product from the prototype, but Dax looked all types of ways before we finally finalized that this is what we want to go with. But yes.
All right. And so, one of the things that you mentioned was children with disabilities. Were there certain disabilities that you were looking at that time?
I saw so many multiple disabilities, from Down syndrome to autism to just an overall global developmental delay. And that just means we all have developmental milestones that by a certain age, these are the skills that you need to accomplish to be and I'm quoting, a normal developing child, which I don't think, my personal opinion, I don't feel like nobody is normal.
Right.
So,
or to hit developmental marks that they recommend.
Yes, they recommend. Yes, a great way of saying it. So I said, this can be something for all children. So even though my background was working with, or is working with children with developmental disabilities, this is something that can still go for all developing children.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Now, how important is early intervention for our children?
Oh, you can't, or I can't stress enough, the earlier you know, the better or the quicker you'll be able to get help for your little one. What I'm trying to say is, if you are noticing that, oh, my child might supposed to be walking by now, or my child might supposed to be sitting up on their own, or might supposed to be holding a bottle on their own.
Right.
These are things that you can talk to your pediatrician and say, hey, can we do, or I'm thinking something might be a little different. What can I do, or what might you recommend? Because it could be something simple of, you just might need to have a little bit more talking with your little one. That will stimulate that cognition and give you the response that you're looking for. Or, oh, my child is not sitting up on their own. Well, maybe we might need to do a little bit more tummy time to strengthen those muscles, so that way they can sit up a little bit longer. So I can never express enough how much early intervention, as soon as you have any type of inkling or spidey senses that something might be different, that is the opportunity to have a conversation with your pediatrician and say, hey, let's get on this. And I always hear, I shouldn't say always, but I have heard that from some of my families, that they talk to their doctors, their pediatrician, but they get the shove around. So I always say, you're the advocate for that child. That is your child. There's other doctors.
Right.
That is your child. So let's go to a different pediatrician. Let's now say, okay, I went to this pediatrician, they didn't see anything, I want you to check my child out just to make sure, because sometimes that process can be long and you don't want to miss out, because now things maybe have gotten worse. But yes, early intervention is very, very, very important, to look at those developmental skills to make sure that your child is on track for those recommended target marks that they need to have.
And we're a medical city. If I'm not mistaken, people can actually contact UT Health Center.
UT Health Center, TEIS, a lot of the Porter Lee Foundation, a lot of those facilities, they also have therapists that comes in to those facilities. But there, yes, you can even with us just Googling CTS, and all of our information is going to come up from our website. That way you'll have a better chance of getting in contact with us. But yes, there are lots of facilities to where, and even your pediatrician would know of these facilities as well, of where you can get your help from occupational therapy, from speech therapy, developmental therapy, yes, even psychosocial. So all types of, like you said, a medical city, these things are there. We just have to know where to go to get those things done for their child.
Right.
Yeah. So I do a lot of talking with my families. Hey, let's do this. Let's do this, and this. Let's get this baby what they need. So yes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just want to feel support.
Absolutely. So this is okay. So this is really good information. I've loved hearing about your products. Tell us about some of the price points, and how people can, if people who are watching, how they can buy the products for themselves and their families.
Okay, so starting off on everywhere where you can get a book online, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Target, Walmart, you will be able to get the book and the early learning workbook.
Oh, okay.
When you go to all of our social media, so that would be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. In our bio, we have links for our plush toy and for a whole readiness kit. But when it comes to Amazon, which I call my children, I call Amazon my best friend. So I always get on my best friend first.
Okay.
And this is where you'll be able to get the book
Yeah.
and the early learning workbook, most definitely on our, we even have an Amazon storefront. So we also have that as well.
Okay.
So that'll be the better way to get in contact and also to get all of our products for Dax's Adventures. Yes.
Wonderful. I can see this being a TV show.
Oh, so see, you're going to get me started. We do have some things in the works that I really can't discuss right now, but most definitely we are trying to just get this awareness out there, let families know that we are here. This is wonderful. Every time we take Dax's Adventures somewhere, they fall in love with it. The staff fall in love with it. The teacher fall in love with it.
Yep.
We make it fun. The kids love it. I have parents reach out. This is just also a great tool. So yes.
Wonderful. Well, we're going to go to break right now, and we'll be back.
Center Stage Gospel Music live from Memphis, Tennessee, featuring gospel artists from around the world. Toe-tapping, hand-clapping, down-home gospel music. Watch on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and your local Comcast. Download the SVP TV app now on your smart television and mobile device. Center Stage Gospel season premieres Sunday, 8 p.m. Central.
Hey folks, it's Issa Haddad here. I got some good news and a special invitation for you to come see me here at Sunrise Collierville. Come on down, check out my inventory with new, pre-owned, and certified vehicles to choose from. I can get you finance when no one else can. Come on by, bring your family. I treat you like family. Come see me, Issa, here at the #1 dealership in Mid-South, 4605 Houston Levy Road, Sunrise, Collierville. Come on down, check out my inventory with hundreds of vehicles to choose from, pre-owned, new, and certified.
Good news from Sunrise Chevrolet. Get in your new vehicle today. Come on in, ask for Issa. Bankrupt, slow pay, bad credit, it's okay. Let Issa put you in your brand new truck or car today when you shop at Sunrise Chevrolet, Collierville.
And don't forget, ask for me, Issa.
For over 20 years, OPOX has been keeping the Mid-South
warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
OPOX is family owned and operated, so our family will take care of yours every step of the way. And right now you can double up and save. Buy a new AC unit and get 50% off a new furnace to match it. Count on OPOX for fast and professional heating and cooling services. Count on OPOX.
Can you actually imagine hosting your next event at the all-new SVP Banquet and Event Center? Yes! Spacious, beautiful venue with plenty of parking, located in the heart of East Memphis. Let us host your next intimate birthday gathering, family repast, bachelorette party, wedding and reception, baby shower, corporate meeting, social club event. Call us today. Don't wait. 901-244-6874. The all-new SVP Banquet and Event Center.
Hi, thank you for coming back after break. Couch Convo with Coach Karla. I am Coach Karla, and I am joined by my special guest, for those of you who weren't here before, Miss Tyrese Cartwright.
Hi there, hi there. Yes, it has been a great experience for me as well, being here with you, Karla. Yes, I love it.
And she's been sharing her program with us, Dax's Adventures. Now, let me tell people, I met Miss Cartwright at the West Tennessee Counselors Association. That was about a couple of weeks ago. And so when I walked in, I saw this young lady with all of these toys and books, and I was like, oh, this looks really nice, you know? And then I saw the plushie child, and I mean, when I said, I got a collection of plush dolls, just everything, I got it. So, you know, I stopped and I talked to her, and so she was there for that, sharing her products there. But you've also been really busy. I think I saw you on a cruise ship.
Yes. Dax got a chance to do Grand Turks for another little international with the Dax Dreamers, which that's what I call my little ones whenever I do traveling for Dax's Adventures. I call my little ones Dax Dreamers. So he got a chance to do Grand Turks. So we've done Grand Turks, and we've also done St. Lucia. Hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll do Jamaica. We're just waiting to confirm the date to do those Dax Dreamers as well. Okay. But yes, I'm kind of all over Africa. In April, Dax's Adventure was participating in those programs. Okay. We also have done the Porter Leave Educators Conference a couple of weeks ago as well. Okay. Multiple things. Oh, Ready, Set, Read. Ready, Set, Read. With Shelby County Schools. We got invited to come and read for them. Also, we are doing more author signings and more interactive story time at Barnes & Noble. And, of course, we have a couple of facilities as well, local, that we're just waiting to confirm some dates. So, yes.
We probably need you maybe at some of the local libraries as well.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Yes. In July, I think July 3rd, I will be with the Memphis Public Library. I would have to see which location, but I always have to keep everything updated on our website because we're always somewhere. Okay. And I always like for the community to know where we are because you just never know who can make it, but yes.
Okay. Did you tell the people your website address? So
the website to get in contact with us is www.ctsllc.org. We are on YouTube as Dax's Adventures. We are on Instagram as Dax's Adventures, and of course Facebook as Dax's Adventures, and that infamous TikTok as Dax's Adventures as well. But our newest baby is our Dax's Adventures YouTube channel that is growing. So yes.
Yeah. Now I've subscribed, so you all make sure you subscribe to Dax's Adventures on YouTube.
Yes, yes, yes.
So now, as we talk to other entrepreneurs who have their dreams that they want to pursue and maybe they haven't gotten started yet, what's been the most challenging part about doing this business?
So from an entrepreneur standpoint, so CTS started 2017. So really before I did all of the paperwork and got licensed and things like that, I had to do a lot of research on myself to know myself. Oh, wow. And to know, and I say the same thing to some of my mentors that I have, mentees that I have, that you will learn yourself. So you have to know yourself. If you know that you are a procrastinator, probably having your own business is not going to work for you. Little qualities and traits to where we all want to, live that American dream. There's always multiple ways of doing it. So I always want to make sure I'm clear of helping, that I can give you all this information of how to start your business, where to go, what paperwork to fill out. But all of that is still going to rely on you in order to accomplish these things, and how driven you are to actually see your goals, because I feel like you can literally have anything you want to out of life. Yeah. You just have to just be focused and driven and do the work.
And let me put this plug in there. Procrastinators can have it too. but they got to work on their procrastination.
Yes, so you are learning yourself.
Yes. And I'm glad you said learning yourself because I have to take yet another quiz where I look at my strengths and I was like, Lord, I don't want to do another one, Lord.
Yes.
Been doing that stuff since school, but I have to do it and it's going to be helpful.
Yes, because I'm not a patient person. So I sometimes have to slow down and say, okay, every opportunity is not a good opportunity. So let's just sometimes take a second to say no. And I'm learning that it's definitely okay to say no.
Yes.
It's definitely okay to say I can't attend this because it's not lining up with your goals or how you see your brand is wanting to be.
Yes.
So you need to just say, okay, what's for you is for you. Let me stay in my lane. Let me stay focused on what I am trying to accomplish. And it eventually happens. I mean, we started in 2017 and we're in 2024. And I would not have thought that now I have a children's book, early learning workbook, and a plush all within. It hadn't even been a year yet. No, because we hadn't made it to July 1. Is when Dax Adventures very first became published. Then October, the plush, and then March, the early learning workbook. So in less than a year, these are things that I have been hitting the ground running and still have multiple things to do. So yes. So that would be my advice.
So it sounds like you do some mentoring as well.
Yes, because when I was starting my business, I always have to pause because I want to make sure I say it the correct way. When I started my business, people who I had around me stopped being around me. So people who I thought that I could easily pick up the phone and call and say, hey, how did you do this? How did you do that? Or those phone calls were not being answered anymore. So I said, I don't want anyone who's in my situation to not have the support.
Okay.
So let me help. So I don't have a problem. Do this, and this. This is what you need to do. Oh, let me send you this email. Or, oh, let me send you somebody's phone number who helped me to get this done. I feel like we have to share the knowledge. Share. If you are trying to get positive things accomplished, yes, I'm going to try to help you as much as you can. If you have that passion for it. So, yes, so that is why hey, just give me a call. Reach out to me. I'll help you. Sure, not a problem. I needed help.
Everybody needs help.
Yes, everybody needs help.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Do not be afraid. Stupid questions are not stupid questions. They're just questions.
And don't try to do it by yourself. You can't do, not all of it, not everything that she's done, because this is just like phenomenal.
Thank you so much. I am so excited because I really want this. I know this is successful. I know this is going to be great. I enjoy doing this. Is fun. I'm having fun being here with you. Like this is, I say work, but it's still fun for me. So I don't really feel like I'm working. I'm just talking about something that I enjoy doing.
That's
something
awesome.
that I like to see. So yeah, something if my child was between the ages of 4 and 6. Oh yeah, let me get this early learning workbook and sit here and work with my little one. Let me subscribe to her YouTube and figure out little tips and tricks of what I'm needing to do to help my child. Why not?
And for our parents out there who are listening or watching, it's really important for parents to be involved in education, especially early education. It's not, okay, so I've worked as a therapist within the school systems before, and we can't send our kids to school and feel like, okay, they did that at school and I don't have to follow up at home. There has to be follow up at home in order for our kids to retain the material. And in order for our kids to know that it's important to the parent, that they're getting this information or that education is important to the parent. So I just want to get that plug in.
Yes, I agree with you. I most definitely agree with you. Even with my children, yes, let me see your homework. Let's go over the homework. What did you learn? Oh my goodness, this Common Core math, to me that's not mathing. So we would look up YouTube. We would look up YouTube and get examples, and we're sitting there going over these problems because I wanted to make sure I understood to be able to help my child. So when he went back to school the next day, we had what we need, and things were clear on his mind. So Yes, we need that parent involvement.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Now, for our entrepreneurs out there, you know, with everything that you've had to put into place, it seems like a lot of different parts. How do you stay motivated?
I stay motivated by knowing that I am doing something that is helping the community. So I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm happy about Dax's Adventures. I'm happy about where it is going forward. So I just know that it keeps me where I need to be, because I can be in bed at night and have an idea of, oh, let me send an email to this person that I met. So that way we can be more aware of Dax's Adventures in that type of venue space. So to me, I just stay motivated because I know that this is a great product. I know that I will be on the shelf with the Melissa and the household names of Melissa and Doug and Miss Rachel and, you know, Coco Mela and all of these things. I know eventually, oh, Dax's Adventures, Dax's Adventures, Dax's Adventures.
Yeah.
Dax's Adventures, yeah. So I literally see all of this. So that helps me to stay motivated because I'm putting in the work and believing in my Dax's Adventures products that I have.
So you're seeing the future
Yes.
of your brand
Yes.
and using that as motivation.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Do you do now? I talk to people about doing vision boards. Have you done a vision board before?
Yes, I do vision boards. I literally have my inspirational quotes on my mirror that I am happy about my decisions. You're going to be awesome today. Don't let anyone dim your light. Yes, every morning. Yes, and of course Mary J. Blige. Good morning, gorgeous.
Yes.
So all of these things, yes, help keep me motivated and keep me positive, knowing that this is where I'm living in my purpose.
Yeah.
You know, I'm safe, I'm secure, I am literally living in my purpose. So yes.
And I tell my clients that people who are successful do affirmations.
Yes.
And here she is. She's successful. She has her product out there. She's in demand in the community, and she has her affirmations posted in her bedroom.
Yes. I mean, I love the vision board, putting things on there and then going back. Now I try to get away from paper and pencil, but on my phone I have a little note of any time I have quick little ideas or seeing some type of saying, I'm typing it down so that way I can have it around me and say, hey, here you go, especially the one, do not let anyone dim your light, because this is hard. Being an entrepreneur is hard. You have obstacles. I mean, literally, I have 300 plush DACs sitting in customs to clear to get to me.
Oh, wow.
So these are things that we did not foresee, that they would just still be sitting there, so they're having to inspect every single last plush DAX, and that's taking time. So yes, we have orders for plush DAX, and of course all of my people that are watching and listening, that is the reason why you have not received your plush DAX. It's still sitting in customs. They have made it to the U.S. We just did not foresee that 3 weeks that they've been sitting there. So that can be frustrating. And if I was a client or a customer that ordered, I'm always staying in contact that I apologize, and here is a coupon off the book, or next product I have, here's, just something, because of that product loyalty, that customer loyalty, because I did not foresee.
Yeah. And those kinds of things happen even with bigger companies.
Yes.
Because it was a trip, to me, when Dunkin' Donuts sold the jogging sets.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it had Dunkin' Donuts on it, but it had something to do with some of the actors that were out there. But anyways, they weren't able to get those jogging sets out to everybody who ordered them within a timely fashion because something happened. And I think it was just more demand than what they thought.
Anticipated,
But just putting that out there, to have patience.
Yes.
Because that's required sometimes in business.
Yes, which is why I'm learning patience, because I don't feel like I have the best patience, because I get on the phone and say, what do you mean? I have orders and they can't do anything, so I have to let stuff go. I cannot control this. They are going to arrive when they're supposed to arrive. I have done my part. I just cannot control how the U.S. Custom brings in plushies.
And so then that says, as entrepreneurs, we have to be flexible as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Well, anything else that you can share with us about?
Dax's Adventures.
Yeah, like about Dax's Adventures, or
Okay.
where you see Dax's Adventures going.
So most definitely stay in contact with us on all of our socials, because like I said, we have a couple of author signings coming up at Barnes and Noble. We have a couple of more international interactive story times coming up as well. We have a couple of conferences coming up. I see Dax's Adventures eventually, that Barney, Mickey Mouse Club, growing into that aspect. We are looking into doing a Dax's Adventure app where you have to interact, like the parent and the child has to interact to answer questions, on just another time frame of you just can't give them the tablet and they work it on themselves. The parent is going to have to be there as well to make sure they're still making those connection skills. So we're working the bugs out of that. Of course, we're going to bring more YouTube content to our YouTube channel of tips and tricks and things like that for early learning with the Dax's Adventures theme. I just see it just going and going and going. I mean, eventually, like I said, Dax's Adventure is going to be a household name, and there's not going to be anything we're going to be able to do but say, hey, you're in demand. Give it to us.
And so you can see that she also believes in speaking those things that are not as though they were.
Yes.
Which that's important as well. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Projecting into the future.
Yes, already
Awesome.
manifesting and visualizing how this is going to go. Even today, I did that for today. This is going to go through a very, very good meeting you, very great interview, very great being here on the show today. I mean, your audience is lovely. I said, yeah, this is aligning with the goals that I have set for myself and for Dax's Adventures.
Now, one of the things that I picked up on let me back up.
Okay.
Okay, so we know crime has increased in Memphis. Actually, there's some statistics out there even about Tennessee crime that I wasn't aware of. I think Tennessee, I call myself making a note of it.
Okay, yeah.
But,
the whole state of Tennessee and crime has increased.
Yes. And like we are, I don't want to misquote it.
Okay.
But, I'm sorry, the fifth violent highest state as far as crime goes. The fifth highest violence state.
Out of the states of
Out
all
of
the states of you in the United States of America.
Out of all of the states.
Wow.
So it's not like just Memphis.
Yeah. Which that's good. Okay. So not just Memphis.
And while we're talking about that, I mean the one of the things that's concerning to me is the level of the crime. Like this week there was there was the interstate shooting where you know, some children were shot, and I'm actually not even sure, you know, how they're doing. The last thing I heard was that they were, that some of the people were in critical condition. And then I also, for Atlanta, heard about somebody hijacked a bus in Atlanta. And so it's just like,
no,
girl, I'm like, bus, a city bus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, like, ran into people and all kinds of stuff, caused, you know, accidents.
Yeah.
And so it's just, the crimes that we're hearing about now and experiencing are very different. But I thought about your program, and I said, well, I wonder if programs like this will help deter crime. What do you think?
I would say yes, because we're working with the little. So from birth, let's say birth to 5 years old. So we're working on those social emotional skills, learning, working on reading, not necessarily reading the room, but understanding people's emotions and understanding that you just can't do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Adults want to just do whatever we want to do when we know we really can't.
Right.
So something like our program, Dax's Adventures, or Dax's Adventures products that we have, and just being surrounded around the same typical minded families, we are working on our children being able to be functioning adults.
Yeah.
I feel like as a parent, that's my ultimate goal is I want my little ones to be functioning adults.
Right.
I'm not going to always be here. I want you to be able to make great decisions. I want you to be able to have a life of where you're happy. So let me instill these qualities in you while you're younger.
Right.
So that way, when we do get to an age where mommy is not right there, you're going to still be able to make that conscious decision of right and wrong.
Right.
So, yes, I feel like Dax's Adventures can most definitely help with that.
Right. And so we want our kids to have a good foundation. We want them to start off, I'm going to say, the right way. And, you know, you mentioned socio-emotional.
Social-emotional skills,
One of the reasons why programs like Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers were started was to teach character. Doing
caring,
the right thing. And in fact,
empathy, all of those,
and all of that was aimed at the time what was called latchkey kids, you know, kids who were at home, maybe by themselves, watching TV. And so all of that was taken into account, but now we've got all these different the laptop and the cell phone, and so I'm just not sure that kids are getting that character development at that early age like we used to, and it's just as important.
Very much so important. And then that computer does not talk back to you.
Right.
So having that interaction, which is why I always go back to Dax's Adventures, improving those connection skills, because you're going to have to talk and interact. Pause for a second. Get a response. So that is interaction, which is part of that social emotional learning. So you can recognize and hear people's emotions, hear their feelings, be a little bit more open-minded, and try to be supportive as you can to individuals, because of course you just never know what a person might be going through or experiencing, but at the same time with little ones, they still need the same thing. If we just sit and watch them, they do the same thing when, they're looking at you like, what face are you making? Or what are they talking about? Like, they show you, which is why I love what I do, because they're smart little sponges. They're just trying to figure it out.
Right. And even being able to introduce self-soothing to young people and to people, because that's so important, because all of us are going to experience stress and challenges, and that's something that we need to know or learn how to do very early on.
How to deal with it, yes. And I really feel like once that pandemic happened, that's when that mental state of emotions and being aware that everybody can't take the same thing.
That's true.
Everybody can't take the same information the same way. You know, we have to take a minute and pause and say, what do I need for myself right now to help myself self-regulate, soothe, you know, be a less stressed individual to my household. You know, let me not yell and fuss at my kids all day.
Right.
Because I'm stressed out, because we've been in the house all day. So all of these things, has really, since, like I said, since the pandemic, has opened more minds of mental health.
Well, it's made people more aware of mental health and mental wellness, and so most certainly it has become a priority, and it needs to stay a priority.
Yes. For my household, let's take a self-mental. I'll take a nap in a minute.
I know, right? Naps are important too.
Let's take a nap. Yes. My son takes a nap. My daughter would take a nap. Yes, we take naps. Let's just take a nap today.
And I mean, taking a nap, it gives our body a chance to reset and rejuvenate so that we can better handle stress and think more clearly.
Yes, I most definitely agree with you. Yes.
All right. Well, anything else that we need to share?
Other than subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dax's Adventures is on Amazon, Target, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, anywhere where you can get a book online. The Early Learning Workbook is everywhere online, Amazon, Walmart, Target. We will, very first time going into Kroger, to do a couple of author signings in Kroger. So I'm so excited about that. Having that partnership. And then also follow us on our Instagram for you to be able to purchase a plush Dax and his backpack with the removable items from the backpack, and of course a readiness backpack, so you can have it, and here you go, done deal. So yes, so most definitely we have lots of things going up. This is not the last time your audience will hear the name Tyrese Cartwright nor Dax's Adventures. We are going to be worldwide.
Okay, worldwide Tyrese Cartwright. All right now, I like it.
Yes,
I like that kind of carrying on.
Yes.
So thank you so much. You've been a wonderful guest. I've enjoyed learning more about Dax.
I've enjoyed being here, and I enjoy sharing. So anytime you need me to come back or co-host or be on a panel, I can sit and do this all day.
Okay. And you mentioned something earlier too. You mentioned something about having a light. I don't even know what part we were talking about.
About affirmation. Don't let anyone dim your light.
Don't let anyone dim your light. So I do want to say this, that when I walked into the West Tennessee Counselor Association conference, I could see Tyrese's light. And I knew that it wouldn't be a big deal for me to approach her. You know, that makes a big difference, you know.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I enjoy doing this. So yes, you probably did. I'm smiling and talking. I'm all over the place.
Yes, and she has done a good job with her branding, because now I know whenever I see Dax, it's Tyrese and Dax's Adventures.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we told people how they can follow you on social media and how they can get your product.
Yes.
Again, thank you so much for being my special guest.
Yes, thank you
and
for
you're
having me.
always welcome back to the couch.
Yes, thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
Ladies, do you feel feminine during your feminine flow? You know, your monthly cycle, your period? Are you still suffering in silence? The suffering is over. It's time to choose Rain. Rain is an all-natural, premium sanitary napkin with 8 layers of cotton, high-grade polymers, graphene to help cut bacteria by 99.9%. Ladies, let's protect the most precious jewel in the world, you.
Rain Premium Sanitary Napkins do not make any medically backed claims or personal recommendations of any kind. For more information, contact Marilyn McGee. Tune in to Talking Law with attorney Daryl O'Neill and the special guest host, attorney Jerome Payne. Live TV talk on your digital device, on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the SVP TV app right now. Check us out every Tuesday on Comcast Cable, Channel 17, 8:30 p.m. And we are live every Friday on Facebook Live, 6 o'clock in the evening. You've got a question? Our attorneys have the answer. So let's talk law with attorney Daryl O'Neill on the SVP TV network. SVP